The story begins on a cold winter morning. A man named John was strolling along a small path where he took his daily morning walks. His hands were buried deep in his coat pockets to keep warm, and dry leaves crunched under his feet, creating that characteristic winter sound. Suddenly, a faint noise, almost like a whimper, echoed from the bushes nearby. John stopped, listening closely to trace the sound. He stepped closer to the bushes and, to his surprise, discovered a small, shaggy dog curled up tightly. Its big eyes looked at him cautiously, but that gaze also held pain. The dog's hind legs were severely injured, seemingly lifeless. The poor creature looked weak, exhausted, and starved. John felt his heart tighten. He slowly extended his hand, trying not to scare the dog. It whimpered softly, too weak to resist. Gently, John lifted the little dog, feeling its frail, trembling body in his arms. He murmured to himself, "I can't just leave him here. I have to take him home and help him." Once home, John prepared a cozy bed of blankets for the small dog and began treating its wounds. He decided to name him Max. Each day, John dedicated time to care for Max, taking him to the vet to assess his hind legs. The prognosis was grim. Max would never be able to walk on his hind legs again. But this news did not deter John. Instead, it strengthened his resolve to give Max the best life he could. Over the following months, Max and John grew closer. Max went from being a timid, frightened dog to a loyal friend who trusted and adored John. John even fitted Max with a small wheelchair, allowing him to move around the house and yard. The first time John saw Max moving freely, barking joyfully as he rolled up to him, he couldn't help but feel a deep surge of emotion. Every afternoon, John and Max would take walks around the neighborhood together. Max's little wheelchair attracted a lot of attention. Many people stopped to ask about Max's story, and John was always happy to share the journey of the little dog. From being abandoned to being rescued and cared for, Max became an inspiration to many in the neighborhood. John would often say to people, "Max has taught me so much, especially about patience and unconditional love. Even with his physical challenges, he never gives up." One day, however, Max suddenly fell ill, becoming weak and less active than usual. John grew worried and rushed Max to the vet. The two waited anxiously for the results. After a long wait, the vet informed him that Max's advanced age and past injuries had significantly weakened his health. John realized that Max's time might be running out. From that day on, he spent every moment he could with Max, caring for him and cherishing each final moment. One peaceful morning, Max quietly passed away in his sleep, with a gentle smile on his face. John sat beside him, holding Max's tiny paw in silence. Though heartbroken, he knew Max had lived a happy and love-filled life by his side. John had done everything to make sure Max felt safe and warm, as he deserved. After Max passed away, John felt a profound emptiness in his heart. Every step along his familiar path seemed to miss Max's presence, the joyful barks and the trusting gaze of his little friend as he wheeled along beside him. But instead of sinking into sadness, John told himself that the love and lessons Max had left behind needed to be shared. One early spring day, John decided to join a local stray dog rescue organization. There, he encountered many dogs in similar situations as Max, abandoned, injured, and lacking care. John started with simple tasks like preparing food, bathing, and helping the injured dogs recover. Gradually, he found a new sense of joy as he cared for and connected with the stray dogs in need. Every time he saw a stray dog find a new home, John remembered Max and silently thanked him for helping him find this meaningful path. Each story of a rescued dog and every joyful gaze of a dog finding a new owner only strengthened John's commitment. He knew that even though Max was gone, the love Max had left behind would continue to live on through every dog John helped. John didn't stop at volunteering, he also organized community events to promote the care and protection of stray dogs. He shared Max's story with everyone, emphasizing that every dog deserves love, regardless of any imperfections. Max's story became an inspiration, encouraging many people in the neighborhood to join John in his mission of protecting and rescuing animals. In the years that followed, John became not only a volunteer but also a mentor to new members in the organization. He shared his experiences, inspired others, and reminded everyone that sometimes the most wonderful thing we can do is to give love. And every day, as he looked into the grateful eyes of the dogs he rescued, John felt as if Max was still by his side, guiding him on this boundless journey of compassion.